is what you got for me.
Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another match preview. You guys know what time it is. Durag the Zerbi, yeah, it's that time. First game, new manager, Sunderland away, Stadium of Light, Sunday. Ooh. Big stakes, high stakes game. Relegation battle. We need to perform. We need points. And the reason this game is even bigger is because West Ham versus Wolves is tonight. And I know all you Spurs fans are going to be tuned in just like I am, because we need Wolves. You know, the so-called Wolves that are in hot form. The Wolves that are stinging the life out of everyone. We need them to turn it up today. I need you to sting that West Ham. I need you to do something for us. But more importantly, we need to do something for ourselves. 103 days without a Premier League win. Let that sink in, people. 103 days without a Premier League win. It's not a laughing matter. I shouldn't be laughing. It's one of the worst form I've seen in my life as a Spurs fan. I don't think we've ever gone this long without a win. I think this is one of the worst or longest runs without a win into a new year of a Premier League season of any club, of anyone. It's awful. But now it's time to change. Put the negative behind us. Let's focus on the positive. Let's go out there and have a reaction. Let's go out there, bring this together as a team, wake the fuck up, and do something about it. And I think we will. Zerbi, a lot of pressure's on you today. Oh, I should say today. He's got his press conference today. Looking forward to seeing some of the stuff that comes out regarding that. Unfortunately, I'm streaming a little bit early, so we're not going to be able to go through it in as much detail as would like. Usually he does it, the Tottenham press conferences are around 1:30, so we can look forward to that one. But yeah, man, let me know. Let me come check in with the chat. How is everyone feeling? It's a Friday, weekend upon us. We've had some sunshine out as well, so things are looking up. Things are looking up. Big up to Beans on Toast, nice and early. Big up Durag Diaries from the unruliest one. Big up to you, my bro. Big up to Beans on Toast again. He says, you got lucky. You lucky you got a new manager. Slot needs to hold a tumble. Hey, Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans are feeling jealous of Spurs right now. It's crazy work. Liverpool are jealous of Spurs because we got a new manager and they don't. Big up to the very own Christina in the building. This is my guy. Big up to Christina. Make sure you guys are checking in. This is a Premier League and Sky Sports is very old, man. You know what I mean? Big timer Christina coming to check in on our small channels. She's doing her community service. We love to see. Big up to Christina. That's yeah. My people for real. Man, like Ghosted. It says Ghost now because his name's got taken. So you're still ghosted over here. Big up to Ghosted, man. Man like Rafe. Yes, Jords, big up to you, my bro. Amen, Jords. These players need to stand up and fight now. They do. They need to stand up. They need to step up. And we need to see something. Big up to the Spurs. Danalist as well. Yeah, the content creators are outside today. Big up to you, my bro. Big up to the chat as well. Hope you're well. No, man. Hey, Christina, you're super big time now, innit? So like, we can only be happy when you have your time to come check in with our small channels and them. No, I'm playing with you, man. You know what it is. I have to get the chance to say that every now and then because people try to do it to me. They're like, oh, Jords on all these big channels and stuff. No. I'm not. I'm a small timer still, man. So when a real big timer comes in, I'm gonna take my advantage and get to do it as well. Because we love to see it. Christina represents Tottenham in a good way on the biggest platforms, man. You know, there's other females out there that let's just say they're not representing in the right way. Christina's one of them that's doing it properly, man. So yeah, man. Make sure you guys show some love and support to Christina, especially when she's getting these appearances on the Premier League, the Sky Sports, and them things. We're gonna go into that, Rafael, most definitely. Big up to my guy Hyper, who says big up Durag Diaries. Big up to you, my bro. Appreciate it. Tottenham will get up and stand up for their right. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Hey, Tottenham need to do it, bro. Tottenham need to stand up for our rights, bro. Or stand up for some dignity. Show some dignity, some pride, some ego. Big love up the Spurs. I need to see some fight. Yeah, we all do. 7 finals to avoid relegation. But you know what? I think it's only right we go into some of the first news and some of the most important news that we did get, not just released yesterday, but officially released today. And that is on Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus has now suffered an injury setback, which is just something we're used to in this life as a Spurs fan nowadays. You know, we've got a completely inept medical department that does not know how to take care of our players. They are just so bad at doing their job, so bad at rehabilitating players. We always have this problem. Every single time a player's injured, they're out for a few months, it's delayed for another month, delayed for another month. We never get an injury timeline that's stuck to. Never. I'll be out here on shows telling people this player's coming back on this day. This player. I've been saying we've been expecting Kulu back since fucking October, bruv. We were told 6 months, then 7, then 9. Then it's been 12 months now. And now Kudus, a hamstring injury, now turns into another injury, then another injury. Just this season, we've seen how many players have injury setbacks. Dominic Solanke, start of the season, had a minor ankle injury, was out for 6 months. Or maybe not 6 months. My months might be off. 4 or 5 months. Whatever it was, he was out for too damn long. And now we've got the same thing with Mohamed Kudus, people. As we can read here, we can confirm that Mohamed Kudus has suffered a setback in his return from injury. Sorry, let me zoom it in a bit. I'm thinking you guys are fucking... You guys are Cyclops or something. It's crazy work from me. My bad. So, the Ghana international forward suffered a significant quad injury during our Premier League fixture against Sunderland in January. It's rather convenient that it was Sunderland he got injured against. Was supposed to come back by Sunderland. He won't be here. He had returned to team training during the past week. However, we will now require further specialist review and potentially surgery. Surgery. What that means, essentially, is he's out for the rest of the season. That's what that really means. Spurs don't like to say it, but I will. I'll let you guys know. He's out for the rest of the season, people. How many times last season we went into a Europa League final with half a squad because all of our players got injured and were out for the rest of the season? Whether they got injured in April, March, or May, they were all injured at significant points in the season when we needed them. Again, Mohamed Kudus injured in January. Need him to come back, and the rehabilitation is just poor. Why are we bringing? Why I don't know. I'm not a specialist. I don't really deal with, I don't even know biology like that. I don't know how to rehabilitate a muscle. I'm not an expert in this, so I can't sit here and tell you how it's supposed to be done. But I can only imagine that, for one, you assess the player's injury initially. You have a recovery time frame. During that recovery time frame, when it's coming closer to when he's set to return to the grass, there's supposed to be like stages of which a player goes through to see how he's feeling. You know, how the body's moving, how strong is the muscle after 3 months of not like putting it through intense work. Clearly, Spurs have a problem with that process where either, we have underqualified people managing the process, so they're not actually, don't have enough knowledge themselves as to how to manage it, the process, or we're just extremely unfortunate, and Dr. Tottenham is around the corner every single time waiting to strike, because it's too many times now, man. This isn't just the last 2 years. I know people are going to be talking about 2 years, but for me, the injury problems at Spurs have dated back since 6 or 7 years. I'd say ever since Pochettino left the club. And I say since Pochettino left because we had some slight injury problems during his time, but never really sustained. We had a lot of our main players stayed within the Spurs squad during his time. And since he's left, I remember that time we signed Lo Celso, we signed Ndombele, we signed Ryan Sessegnon. All three of those players never really had injury problems prior to Spurs. Came to Spurs, and albeit Ndombele is probably the one that didn't have super injury problems. He was just a lack of effort to perform. There has been just consistent issues. Lo Celso, mad injury problems at Spurs. Whenever he's been away from Spurs, never had the same problem. Ryan Sessegnon, mad injury problems at Spurs. I'm not being funny. He didn't even play 150 games in like 5 years. He don't even know if he completed 100 Premier League appearances. He's been at Fulham for however long now. He's flying again. Trying to think throughout all the years which other players have had consistent injury problems. My memory is poor, so just trying to think, and I'm sure you guys can name it in the chat. But in the last 5 years, I feel like Spurs medical department has just been a complete utter failure bro. Rip up the department and throw it in the bin. At this point, you have to rip it out and start again. Because we were told just during Ange's time, just in a year or 2 years ago, that we had a revamp of the medical department, but that revamp hasn't done anything. That revamp hasn't presented any change. I don't see where the revamp has happened. Then following Ange leaving, he mentioned how certain parts of the Spurs hierarchy don't really want change. So that leads me to believe that certain guys are still there within the medical department. So there hasn't really been a revamp because maybe the heads of the medical departments that are still there. I remember heavily during Mourinho's time. If you watch the All or Nothing documentary, there was times when he was arguing with the medical department regarding when players should be returning. Same with Ange last season. Like there's just a consistent issue and a consistent problem with Spurs and the medical department. It's just so bad. Like, it's so bad. And I shouldn't even be sat here talking about how our medical department is performing on stream. Like, that shouldn't even be a thing. Why are we sit here talking about a department that we don't even know what goes on about? But we have to, because it's so damn bad. It's impacting our results on the pitch. And then you have guys like Johan fucking Langer. Johan Langer. Man, like flange, bruv. He said at the end of January, Spurs didn't feel like we could upgrade our squad in the winger position or in the forward positions long term. So it was not right to go out there and sign someone. We sold our right winger in Brennan Johnson, and then our backup right winger got injured 3 days later. We've now have no right winger. We've had no right winger for the whole second half of the season. You spend 40 fucking million on Conor Gallagher when we had however many central midfielders at that point. We had Paulinho, we had Bentancur, Archie Gray, Bergvall, Sarr, Basuma. 6 midfielders for 3 positions. We had that. We had more than enough. You can complain about quality, but the players were there. We have no right winger. Yan-Min Shoks on loan doesn't get a minute. We recalled him from the loan where he's performing, scoring goals, got mad love at Portsmouth. Gone to Coventry, plays no minutes, and he's the only right winger in the whole of the Spurs squad. And I shouldn't even say the Spurs squad, in just Spurs as a whole. We don't have a right winger right now. Would it not make sense to recall him from his loan? And I don't know. I don't know if he's Premier League quality. Probably isn't. But to give you an option. Or would it not make more sense to go out there and not sign Conor Gallagher and spend the money on actual winger? On someone who was there to replace Brennan Johnson? Because that's what we should have done. A player that I didn't like. A player that I despised at times. He was playing against us. An anti-footballer, I called him. But a player that scored 16 goals last season. No replacement for him this year. But this is the guy that's supposed to be leading Spurs' sporting directorship. He's supposed to be leading the club. I think I saw it earlier in the chat. Yeah, I think I saw it. We are run by clowns. Big up to Christina. I hope I hope this message is being shared everywhere by all Spurs fans. But we need to, make it very clear. These clowns need to be gone. Vinay has been one of the worst appointments in Spurs history. Signing a former CEO of Arsenal was always the wrong decision. And I know people think these things are silly. These things don't really mean much in the world of football because it's a business and nah. I'm petty. Yeah. I'm petty. You work for Arsenal, you don't work for Spurs. That's just how it is. You've worked for Arsenal for a sustained period, you don't work for Spurs. You had a couple weeks at Arsenal, I don't care. You had a month at Arsenal, I don't care. But you stayed there for years. You loved that job. You ain't going to love it over here. If you wanted Spurs, you'd have applied to the Spurs job before you applied to the Tottenham job. You would have applied to the Spurs job before you applied to the Arsenal job. That was the first wrong mistake that we made, last season. Oh, before that, hiring Frank, hiring Vinay, hiring Langer, he was a part of an Aston Villa side that was falling apart. Got rid of him, and our clubs have literally swapped positions. When Johan Langer left Aston Villa, they were just above the relegation. He's been with Spurs now for 2 seasons. We've been fighting relegation both years. If that's not a direct correlation to how your performance has been in the job, then I don't know what is. I don't know what is. The players you signed haven't performed to what's been expected of them. You have continuously been made to look like a joke in the transfer market. You go out there and hijack teams like Villa and Wolves to make yourself feel better. But when it comes to actually playing with the big boys, you hide, quiver. We need to get rid of these guys. If there is any more protests, and I don't know if there will be, Johan Langer's name needs to be on those fucking boards, bruv. Get rid of him. Push for him. Because he is absolutely an art. Oh my. I was supposed to be having a happy stream today. And now I'm sat just thinking about all the fucking things going on outside of the football that is so bad at Spurs. And it makes you think like the bigger picture is it's always going to be like, What happens on the pitch is cool. That happens. But what happens off the pitch is even bigger. It's even a bigger deal because that's what leads to what happens on the pitch. You know, I'm someone who believes in the finer details making a bigger difference. The smallest of details. I think you can make big and heavy changes to a business, but those big and heavy changes, they make shifts. But the real change is happened in the minor details because when you make all these little small detail changes, it has a bigger impact and it makes a big change rather than just doing these big heavy changes and thinking that it's going to make a difference. When it doesn't all the time. It just doesn't all the time. So I can't lie. I'm hugely disappointed in just everywhere everywhere above the board right now. You know, we're talking Langer, Vinay. It's not good enough. At this point, it's like, are you angry? I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed, bruv, because they're letting us down time and time again. Why are our injuries always long term? That's the question I'm asking, man. It's always, and I said the same thing last 6 to 7 years since we moved to the new stadium. Now, I don't think it could have something to do with the stadium. I've seen all the theories regarding. I've seen Real Madrid fans say it. You know, it could have something to do with the retractable pitch, because apparently the surface is a little bit harder, so maybe it's creating a strain over time on the players' muscles. But you know, I'm not saying I don't believe in conspiracy theories, and I'm not saying I'm not a science man in it, so I generally wouldn't know the impact. I do know that, like, for example, when you run on a treadmill to run on the grass or run on concrete, it's worse for your knees, so it could have more impact on a long-term injury. So I don't know if like the padding, or I don't know how to explain it, how soft the ground is, because it's natural, but it's not natural in it. Like, I don't know if that's having an impact because it's on a fucking machine. It's on like a platform where they move it and it goes underneath, and no other stadiums have this. So I think it's only Spurs and Real Madrid that do, and Spurs and Real Madrid have had loads of injuries. So it could be that. It could be that. I generally thought the injuries was on Ange's style of play, and do you know what? I will say the injuries for Ange was based, and I think if you look deeper into what people were saying, because well, I can only say what I was saying about it, in it, because I did defend him for quite a while on it, but over time, his consistent problems was the hamstring injuries. And obviously, if everyone knows where your hamstring is, underneath your leg, when you're running at a high level, a high intensity, sorry, you are putting a lot of strain on your hamstring. So where he's doing such high intensity training, high intensity way of playing, that would have had an impact on the players. And the consistent fact that it was the same muscle getting injured, that was Ange. Like, that was Ange. But the injury problems as a whole was probably made to be bigger, and everyone put it all on Ange rather than no, like the hamstrings is due to the way Ange plays. But also, one thing that I remain consistent in saying is that over years, because you have to remember, when players change style, we're probably going to see the same with the Zerbi. It's a high intensity way of playing. You know, with Igor Tudor, he had these guys running quite a bit, so they'll probably settle into it a little bit easier. But after preseason, you'll see that, like, the players, their muscles have to adapt to the intensity of how fast and how much they're working. And at first, it could break down the muscle, but as the muscle is building over time, it gets stronger. So it should mean that it's less injuries over a longer period of time. In the short term, you have to accept that you are going to get those injuries. But again, like, there's clearly a problem at Spurs that's bigger than that, innit? Big up the Durag, looking shiny, bro. Low, I've been a while. Big up Koyes, big up to the chat too, big up to Sunny J. Yeah, it's been a long while. Been a long while for me as well. It's been a long while for me. Stay away from Sunny Bay. Is this another? Oh, this is the fake ghosted. This is the fake ghosted. I hope you don't realize that, like, it's very easy to notice because there's one ghosted with a moderator badge and there's one without. So, like, all right, Vinay doing an amazing job, I see. Hear me out, Jords. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Never disrespect Vinay. He's brilliant. Yeah, right. Big up Jords in the chat. Big up to my guy Yasser in the building. That's a real one. Vinay, it's not an agenda, man. It's not an agenda. And you say you donkeys, it wasn't us. It wasn't us as fans because I wouldn't have employed him. You know, we're just here. Vinay is the more he has a Gooner spy. See, I would say this if the Gooners were like right next to us and they're just above us in the table, but like, bro, them men are in a like different realms to us. We're not on the same level right now, innit? Like, we're really not. I need Jords and Elijah talk. Why would I apologize, Daniel Levy? Daniel Levy, like, as much as he may have done a better job than Vinay, wouldn't have done a good enough job to get us where we needed to be. I want to be a club that wins titles. I don't want to be a club that just competes for top four and finishes in European places. So Levy is better than Vinay. Does it mean he's the one that we need? No, no. Vinay will be here as long as Enoch will be. Unfortunately, he's the new Levy. Langer maybe, but can go. But Vinay ain't going anywhere unless Enoch does. Trust me. Unfortunately, yeah, I do trust you there. I don't think Vinay is going to get sacked after 1 year of being into his role. Probably unlikely with a job at his level. You know, being a CEO of a company, you don't really get relieved of your position that quick. But decisions need to be made. Vinay was the guy. These were the guys that hired Igor Tudor. These were the guys that hired Thomas Frank. They clearly don't really have a clue of what they're doing, and now they've got the Zerbi, and they're making it seem, yeah, the Zerbi was our top choice in the summer already. Like we shouldn't have had a top choice in going forward into this summer. We should have made the right choice last summer. And I know that's me being stupid with the way of thinking because yeah, it happened, didn't it? Thomas Frank happened, so they need to think about the summer and so on. But like, we shouldn't have even went and got Igor Tudor in the first place. Going to get a manager to try to steady the ship that never been in the Premier League didn't make no sense. I tried to get behind it. The fans tried to get behind it, but it didn't make no sense. And you know, here we are. It's like we turned to the Emirates and brought their trash to our lane. Literally, just said, "Yo, yeah, dump it on our ground. We've got plenty of space over here for it." Generally, ever since Vinay came in, we've been playing like the Gooners as well. Of course. Now the corner set pieces stuff, that's Frank in it. Like Frank coming with a set piece style of play and them things. So I don't think we're gonna be as good at that with De Zerbi, though he does use a set piece coach, as far as I'm aware. I don't know if he's been hired. Don't know if the set piece coach has been hired uh as of yet, but he does play with a set piece coach usually. Um uh What disappointed me the most is the fan base. In a way, fans want us to get better. Yes. Why want Trafford then? Why not Edison? What? No, no, no. Trafford makes sense, and this is where you need to understand, Sonny J. With the Zerbi style of play, yes, we could go get a Edison, but Edison for one is on the downturn of his career. If we're going to sign a goalkeeper, we need to think about the next 5 years. You know, goalkeepers are usually a long-term position in a football club, and when you sign them, you want to keep them for a long time. The least amount of change you have the goalkeeper is the best. You don't want rotation with a goalkeeper every year. So James Trafford actually makes sense. I think on a lot of, and I've been a fan of James Trafford from before, innit? I think when Newcastle were making that move, I said it was a good move for them. Obviously, there's some improvement to come from him throughout the years, throughout time. He's still got growth. You know, his shot stopping could improve, but really good with the ball at his feet. He's a confident goalkeeper, and also he's English. I know people don't like. You've got to take into consideration, man. You got to hit that homegrown quota, and it's always good to have a goalkeeper in that position rather than trying to get some like English outfield players because English goalkeepers are pretty good. You know, that's one position that you could say has been all right over the last couple of years. So I would go and get Trafford personally. I think is a good signing. I think he suits what Spurs want. I think some other names mentioned. Trying to think if I can remember. There was a black goalkeeper mentioned. Not that him being no, it does him being black is to make it. I'm not a black goalie guy. Innit? Like, I'm not racist. I'm respect. I ain't on the black goalie thing, innit? Like I'm just being real. Mendy, Onana. I don't even know who else to start naming. Who, bruv, Mandanda, like mistakes, innit? Like mistakes. So yeah, no, Edison is not good for 5 years. What we talking about? Like Trafford is about 24, 25. I don't know what you're going on about, Sonny J, bro. Trafford is 23 years old, young goalkeeper. Goalkeepers played till about 35. Edison is 32. Like, what are we doing here? There's nearly 10 years apart on them. The guy is not the one goalkeeper that we need. He's generally just not the goalkeeper that we need, man. We're just going mad. And that's not me being racismo, bro. I'm not racismo. Like any other position, cool. Goalkeepers is just a mad position, bro. I don't know where it is. Maybe a black man don't know how to dive. Like that's not in our genes. We stand up. You know what I mean? We don't dive. Like, so them man there couldn't do that. That's not in that's not our thing. Jords, that Japanese goalkeeper Suzuki is good. He's half black and he's only 23. Yeah, I mean, I ain't seen him in the top level. I ain't seen him in the Premier League. I ain't seen him in the Serie A. Who does he play for? I know Man United were looking at him before. Zion Suzuki, who plays for he played for Parma. Okay, he's at Parma right now. Okay, maybe he can be scouted. What I am seeing though, only 14 games this season. I don't know if he's had an injury or something. Oh no. That's why I didn't like. Man, them called him Japanese. He's USA, bruv. That's them USA, man. I don't want an USA goalkeeper either. Yeah, unless it's Brad Friedel. Keep them USA man away from man. Because I've told you guys before. Yeah, I don't want USA man playing for our team. Yeah, I call them USA for a reason. Don't want none of their national team in our team. It's just not. Stick to basketball, baseball, NFL, hockey. The USA man ain't football ain't for them in it. I'ma just be real. That's where I'm at with it. I'm not being whatever you want to call it, but that's just my thing, innit? I'm not saying they can't talk football because enough man that can talk football, innit? Like Staffy, Jimmy, Jacob, shout out to all my guys out in the USA. But the man playing on the field, nah. This ain't women's football, bro. Like there's not been a USA player that's come out here and shown us why he's a top player. Pulisic was all right. Bang average. They made him seem like he was the next Messi, bro. You know, he's performing over there in Serie A. Do your thing. Premier League, not really it, innit? So I'm just be real. Big up to my guy Jay, though. Morning, Jords. I don't think we lose, but can't say if we win or draw either. Just think we scrap it out. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna go into some of the predictions, some of the games, because I know I'm just like floating around right now. But it's been a while since I've done the stream, so I'm just making sure I'm catching up with you guys and just covering everything that's possible. Big up to Jords in the chat. I have watched the Zerbi tactic vids. We're winning it all. Yeah, the Zerbi's tactic videos are good, man. I can't even lie. Like he goes into a lot of detail. George said Melanin brothers ain't good at saving. No, I said they're not good at diving. I didn't say nothing about saving. Yeah, I'm just saying diving. That's not in our genes, bruv. You know what I mean? You fool Durag, see, you're the problem. I ain't the problem, bro. I'm just being real. Yeah, mind games, Carol. You know what I mean? Mind games, bro. What are we doing here? That's super mind game. 100% fans like, no. You set the bar way too low, bro. You want to go sign a 32-year-old goalkeeper who got sold because he was past it. A goalkeeper that was never really good with his hands. Go watch all the games at Tottenham versus Manchester City and see how many mistakes this guy made or how many times he was positioned wrongly in goal. I've never rated Edison. Never once thought he was the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. Never once. I've never really rated him. He's good with his feet. With his hands, he was so. Alisson was clear of him for a long time. Just going to be real. Big up to my guy, Star Crow in the building. Says big up Jords. You just said, I said they can be good till then. They can be. I don't think you listen properly. Goalkeepers can be useful up until 35. Edison is 32 currently, turning 33 soon. So you want to sign, and I also said in that same statement, we need to sign a goalkeeper for the next 5 years. If he's turning 33, we're only going to get 2 years out of him. Sonny, this is your low concentration levels. As SB would say, I think you need some orange juice, bruv. I think you need some orange juice, bro. Because you're not focused. You're not focused, bro. Chris Richards for Palace is a deep... Now we're just lying. You know them ones there. The only decent defender for Crystal Palace is Maxence Lacroix. Away from that, they ain't got none. Gahey's gone. Joachim Anderson went a couple of years ago. All the other players they got back there, it's not figuring itself out. It's not that good. Because they look good versus Spurs don't mean they're good, man. Trust me. So him being the best kicker. No. He left. Why do you think they signed Trafford and Donnarumma? Because Ederson was always leaving. Because they wanted to replace Ederson because he was poor. Do you know what? Nah, bro, you need to jog on. Trust me, your concentration levels are extremely low, and you don't really know what you're talking about. You're clutching at straws, talking about Ederson at 33, and you're saying trying to put James Trafford in the bin when he's the next up and coming goalkeeper. When Newcastle was signing him, it was a top signing in the summer. When Man City hijacked him, it was a top hijacking of them to re-sign James Trafford. So you're waffling. Nobody cares. Behave, as Ghost is saying in here, because come on, man, what are we doing here? Some packed Ederson every game, though, like every single game. And you're saying I'm an echo chamber. An echo chamber of what? You're on my stream. I'm talking to my fucking self. I'm talking to a camera in my own bedroom. Of course, I'm a fucking echo chamber. What are we doing here? But what am I doing here? I'm on stream in a room alone. It's echoing. Bruv, what the fuck do you expect to hear? You're hearing my thoughts, not your thoughts. You're hearing my thoughts. That's why you're tuned in to Durag Diaries to hear what Durag Diaries has got to say. What the fuck are you on about? Oh my God. Some people just say things, bruv. What are we doing here, bro? I'm so confused. Like, do you tune in to Durag Diaries to hear your own thoughts? Is that what you want? Is you want me to be saying things that you're thinking, oh, right. Shit, I was thinking that. Oh my God, I thought that earlier. I thought that earlier. Oh my God. Bruh, do you know? We're aligned. Shut up, man. Grow up, man. What are we doing here? I said, I set the bar way too low. Me, I set the bar too low. Fans like you don't know enough about football. That's the problem. You come here on panel, you come here on YouTube, on the chat, telling me I set the bar way too low. You don't know me, man. You don't know me, man. You don't know me. And you know what? For that one, you're getting a little time out because you're trying to tell me, I set the bar too low. You get a time out for that one. Facts. I don't even time people out. But you know, man, them know if I time someone out, it's because they're waffling. You can say anything about me, diss me. Don't tell me I set the bar too fucking low, bruv. I'm the one who tried to put Spurs on the map, talking about league fucking titles and aiming for the higher. I'm the one going on panel shows, arguing with people, saying we're better than this. I've been doing this for years. 5-6 years I've got in this game doing this. And you want to tell me I set the bar too low? Everyone tells me my bar's too high. You're too entitled. What the fuck are we doing? The rivals are coming here. The rivals, Jibs will tell you. He's in my fucking comments all the time. Jords, what about this, Jords? Because of the shit I say about setting the bar too high. Fucking hell, bruv. I can't believe somebody told me I set the bar too low. I set the bar, me. I'm offended now because I set the bar too low. Me. That's madness. That's madness, bruv. That's madness. I'm not going to lie. Nah, bro. That doesn't get done over here still. What I will say, though, is let's talk about it. Yeah? Shout to Catch. Let's talk about it. And I ain't talking about Lee, innit? Like, so the training videos, not gonna lie, I've been impressed. Not gonna lie. You guys are gonna tell me that I'm doing too much, but I've already seen things that I liked. First thing, my guy, Torfin. If you know, you know Torfin. Yeah. Swedish Viking. He had his arm around his shoulder nice and early. I told you he's going to spot the players. He's He's got an eye for a player. The Zerbi comes in, he sees technical ability. He's like, yo, that's my yeah, that's my guy now. So he had the arm around the shoulder, letting Bergvall know, yo, I need to see this, I need to see that. And that's what I wanted. I said, when we bring a new coach in, he needs to be able to get the best out of these young talents that we're breeding through, because some of these young talents we got are generally top of the level, but they have to be curated properly. They have to be taken care of. They have to be put within the right circumstance with the right coach to be able to get the best out of them. Archie Gray, Lucas Bergvall, you know, some of the players coming through that are a little bit younger, Williams Barnett, Vuskovic, a generational talent in the making. We've got to have a proper manager to take control of these. And even little things I was saying on 12th Man yesterday, you know, like Archie Gray. I remember saying early on in the season that sometimes when you see him, he's too narrow-minded in his play. He doesn't open up his field of vision enough. You know, like whenever he receives the ball, he doesn't receive it on the half turn and open up enough. He does sometimes, but doesn't do it enough to open up his options and you know, ultimately make him a better midfielder, because his field of vision would be better. Literally in his first training session, when you get the ball, open it on your right, look out, try and spread it. Try and open the play up. Try to spread the pitch. I don't know, these are little basic things. Probably other managers have told him, but like, I'm just seeing little, like, he focused on the minute details. Literally, he was doing rondos with them, you know, 1 touch, 2 touch, 1 touch, 2 touch, getting them to like practice on their technical ability. Now, I haven't watched too much training videos. I've literally just seen a couple in it, and I'm impressed in it. But obviously, we'll see what we see on the football pitch, because ultimately that's what matters. You know, he done an interview yesterday for a podcast. I can't remember the name of it. But what he did say, let me get the quote up. I ain't got it on my laptop, so I can't share the screen, but I've got it on my phone. Got it on my phone. If you just give me a moment, people. What he said. Oh, there's quite a lot of quotes. Let me get most of the quotes up so I can just start reading them out for you. We got a lot of quotes here. So he said, this is on the Two Robbies podcast under Zerbi. This is on what attracted him most to the role at Tottenham. He says, I consider Tottenham one of the most important clubs in English league, and the Premier League is the best league in the world. Tottenham players, in my view, are very good. It's true that the current moment is extremely difficult for us, but it was a huge opportunity for me. On his style of play, and will he coach Tottenham differently? This is what I actually wanted to get to, was my way of working now is entirely different, but I can't lose my identity. I always bring my personality, passion, and vision for football. There's a tactical side, the build-up and the defensive phase, all important, but the mental part is key right now. The mental. He acknowledges that he wants to make change of the style, and these things are great, but the biggest part is the mental, getting into these players. I'd like to help the players just show their quality, and if they do that, I think it will be enough. And it's crazy because I'm the one that's deluded for saying these players, you know, yesterday I was having an argument that these players aren't relegation battled players. They're a lot better than they are, and they just haven't had the right coach to bring that out of them. The Zerbi clearly thinks the exact same thing. If you can just get these players to show their true quality, we'll get out of this position. We just need them to step up to be the level of where they were at originally, or where they can be at, not where he's going to take them. Just step up to the level where you are at. You know, this is the base level of quality you have. Show that base level of quality. De Zerbi can take them to the next level after that. Now, he did have some words on Christian Romero itself, where he said plenty of conversations with him. I like knowing how the players feel everywhere. I coach. I've been a player myself, and I'll never forget that. So the player is my primary reference. I'm not the club manager or the journalist. I spoke with Christian, and I think Kuti is crucial for us and for the club. He's the leader and perhaps the most important player in the squad. And like Richarlison, we need the best version of him to achieve our goal. It's funny he said Richarlison. Two passion merchants there. I think he obviously likes that these players play with that passion, you know, because the one thing he loves is if you're going to play on that pitch, you're going to leave it all out on the pitch. Don't leave no stone unturned when you come off that pitch. So he's on them. Now, what the Tottenham fans can expect at the Stadium of Light. At this moment, everyone inside the club must focus on delivering more and earning the fan support. The fans have helped the players in every match, and we owe them. You know, it's funny because Thomas Frank told us that it wasn't like the fans were going to be here whether we like it or not. Like, Thomas Frank basically tried to throw the fans under the bus. The Zerbi's come in instantly, and you know he knows what he's got to do. He's got to try and win the fan base over because of all the other outside things. But he's made it very clear we owe the fans this moment to step up and turn up. That's all it is. We must fight for them because we want to play in the English League again next season. Now, further on that, I know we didn't win any matches in 2025, and we haven't won any matches in 2026 yet. But one match can become decisive. Our focus now is entirely on the Sunderland match. Winning it will make us see everything from a different perspective. And I'm in total agreement here. Total agreement. I think you win this game against Sunderland, and the outlook of where we're at currently, it doesn't change completely. The mentality amongst Spurs internally changes. These players now have that pressure of having to win the first game. It's like, yo, got that out of the way. Focus on the next game. Brighton at home, come against a home crowd. Just step up and show us what you showed in the last game. Show us that quality. But you know what? Let me go into it. It's only right. Start to look into and actually talk about what I expect from the game, because we've gone sort of all around the houses. Before I do that, let me just quickly come to the chat. Man said, Karma Jords, it's Friday, get some bunda and Corona. Man said, Corona, fam. Jords, we can't blame Vicario for Italy not going to the World Cup as Donnarumma was in goal. Bro, I'm not happy about that, innit? For you, those of you who don't know, like, I'm part Italian. So, not been able to, like, because I've never supported England, and yeah, I don't really watch international football, so my support for Italy is just like Italy are the better nation. So when I was younger, I chose Italy to support over England. I'm just being real. I'm an honest guy. Don't really watch international football like that. But when there was a Euros England versus Italy final, just now I was supporting Italy, and that man ain't been to a World Cup in like, bro, 2010, fam, like. It's Vicario, it's Donnarumma, it's Italy as a whole, bro. Italy is just a mess. I'll be real. That's all it is. We can sit there and talk about single individual players, but the nation is a mess as a whole, man. Raise the bar, Jords. How dare you? Hey, that's what they call me, man. I'm the deluded one. I'll happily be deluded in positivity, though. I try to be. I'm not going to lie. I'm a positive Spurs fan. I say it all the time. We need drip analysis next, like Amarim. Man's getting gassed at Jords and 5. I didn't get gassed. I just said what I saw in it. You know what I mean? I just said what I saw. When I saw Zerbi do the shoulder check while coaching Tell, I stood up from my seat. It was I said, he said, yo. Is that what I really think it is? Hey, don't kill me. It was such a liar. It was the money sleeve why he signed. I mean, yeah, the money sleeve was definitely there. He got a real money sleeve, bro. My man is gonna be a Magic City in Atlanta, dude. You know them ones. Postseason, flying out to Atlanta, he's dropping money sleeve upon money sleeve upon money sleeve, and it ain't gonna hurt his pocket at all. My man could drop a little 50 bags in there, and it ain't gonna worry. Yeah, money sleeves are gonna be all over for him. He's got money sleeves for the next couple of years, but if he gets Spurs back into Europe like over the next year, then he's doing a great job. I said, why do people run their mouth, bro? Butt me in person, bruv. Butt me in person. This is what I don't get, talking about running my mouth. You wouldn't talk about running my mouth if you saw me in person. This is what I think people in the chat, yeah, get way too comfy and think that brothers are dickheads or something. Because I've seen bare people outside. Bare man that chat rubbish in the chat. But trust me, I'm outside. I'm not a guy that hides in my bedroom. I'm outside. I buck into enough people that recognize me. No one once is given energy like they're going to do something. So don't talk about why is someone mouth off and time out the person so they can't reply. I'll mouth off to you in person. You know them ones, and see if you can mouth off back to me, and then we can see what happens. And that's not a threat. That's real. Like, I don't know. Talk about mouthing off, bro. You got timed out because you were waffling. Nothing personal. I ain't that deep. But definitely don't get too comfy behind the keyboard, bro. Like, that's a fact. And I no, Keros, it's not about being no roadman. I'm not a roadman. Far from it, bro. I'm a working man. 9 to 5, kids. I'm a pops. But again, I've been outside, recognized by enough people. No one's once given energy like it's adapting. So what are we doing here? Like, if you were gonna butt me in person, you wouldn't have that same energy. So it's dead. Like, I don't get it. Like, don't talk about, oh, if, why you can run your mouth, but I can't run my mouth. No, no, no. You're on my channel watching me talk, so you will watch me talk. If you don't want to, turn off your YouTube and go switch to another fucking channel, blood. Like, if you don't want to listen to me run my mouth, go watch it elsewhere. And nobody tunes into you. You haven't got a channel. That's why nobody listens to you running your mouth. And that's why you're typing in the fucking keyboard, bro. Like, what are we doing here? It's stupidness. Everyone knows in my chat, I don't time out no one. But don't come in here telling me that my standards are too low. I will be offended by that. Man, them call me dickhead, clowns. Like someone said, don't call people clown. Call me a clown. Don't care if you call me a clown. Don't tell my standards are too low, because that's something I will be fucking offended by. My standards are definitely not too low for this club. Take that one seriously. Trust me. Meet me on Church Road. Shut up, man. Catch me outside the Spurs stadium, innit? Like, fuck me, bro. You know them ones there. I said, meet me at Church Road. Hey, it got mental. You dickhead. I said, now, meet me at Church Road now. Idiot, man. Trust me, these guys are low lives. You're the one in the chat waffling. Look at you. You're up. Doing what? Doing what? These guys are so funny, man. I don't care how much he gets. He ain't gonna sell himself short, and I don't blame him. Are you talking about the Zerbi? I think you're talking about the Zerbi. Ashley, what's your thoughts on the Zerbi? You know, I'm really interested to know. Ashley's been away for a while. He's come back. Last time he came back, he actually wasn't. You know, I know he was doing I'm right about Frank thing, but like, I'm interested to know where you're at. I'm interested to know where you're at with the Zerbi. Honestly, meet me in Miami. That's what I'd fucking love to, bro. I'd love to meet you in Miami, bro. Trust me. Alright, let me know how I can get onto the cargo, and I'm gonna be there. Yeah. If we have to scrap it out to get that booking, I'll do it, bro. Trust me. Like, happily. But Spurs Sunderland. This game, I'm gonna be honest. I very, very skeptical to whether I think Spurs are gonna win. At this moment, when you look at Sunderland's previous games at home, they're very good at home. They're very good at home. I think they've only lost 2 or 3 home games this entire season. Currently sat 11th in the table, and they are still fighting for they're still fighting for Europa League, European football, I should say, not necessarily Europa League. They did just get knocked out of the FA Cup not too long ago by Port Vale. And they also lost back-to-back games in that week. But they did beat Newcastle in their last game, last-minute winner, Brian Brobby. We know how that feels. So they're coming off a high in their last performance. And, you know, it's not going to be an easy game at all. Sunderland's a very good team. They set up very well. That 3-5-2. Oh, sorry. Is it 3-5-2 they play? It's 3-5-2. I'm right in thinking this. You know, them ones, like, I ain't actually paid attention to too much. See, it says 4-1-4-1 in their last game, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them play with a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 most of the season. But either way, the system that they set up with really, really strong midfield, with Granit Xhaka at the base of it, he's really stepped up this season, man. He's been cold. I'm not gonna lie. Like, leadership, just the ability to control that midfield and control games. He's done really well from his side, and that's one of the players where I'm looking at and I'm saying we need to take control of him. Make sure he doesn't get to build into the game. Make sure he doesn't get too many touches of the ball in the midfield. Try and disrupt him as much as possible. We need Paulinho in there to sort of deal with that. And I'm going to be really interested to see how we actually do set up in this game. Very likely that we go with a 4-2-3-1. With that 4-2-3-1, I think we're likely to see the same back four that we usually do. But I think Udogie might be playing out at left back with Pedro Porro at right back, because I just feel like Pedro Porro I feel like Pedro Porro is going to get the start ahead of Jed Spence, just because the way he plays is probably more suited to a De Zerbi style. He likes his he likes his fullbacks to invert at times and overlap. They need to have the ability to do both. I think Spence is really good on the overlap, but on the inversion can struggle a bit because he's a strong dribbler. But if you need someone that can combine passes and move the ball quick and be really technically strong if they're inverting into those midfield positions. So I think he's going to favour Pedro Porro. We're definitely going to see Van der Ven and Romero at the back, if both available. That's one thing I'm not too sure on. As I said, we're going to have to wait to see his press conference later today to get that availability of our team. In the midfield, like I said, I'd really like to see Paulinho start just for this game because we need that grit, that fight next to Archie Gray in midfield. If it's not him, maybe if it's a Gray and Bergvall pivot, do you think it might be a little... This probably isn't the game for a Gray and Bergvall pivot. I think it's probably... We need a little bit more rough and tough in there. So I'd go Gray and Paulinho in the midfield too. And then of the three players in front of them, this way it gets a little bit techie because you're trying to think of a way, the forward line, we've only got a few players available, and who's going to play on the right it's a big question, man. Like I said, we don't have a right winger. So I'm thinking the number 10 has got to play Xavi. And I think in a system where De Zerbi is going to want his players to be creative, they're going to want to move it through the midfield. And, you need progressive passes in there or progressive people that can progressively carry the ball. You're going to need a Xavi in there and then have Tell off the left with, I think Richarlison's going to be starting up top. Richarlison's in better form than Solanke. He's played better than him in the last couple of games. Solanke's just not looked like himself. Definitely in the front too. So I really... I'm struggling to see how Solanke starts. The right wing, I'm interested to know what you guys think. Who starts on the right? Because we need a right midfielder anyway. We're going to have to play someone. Kudus isn't there, so he's definitely not playing there. Could see Xavi go out there, or it could be a 4-2-2-2-2. I'm interested. Maybe Saar gets thrown out there. Maybe Bergvall gets thrown out there. I'm really not too sure. But let me know where you guys are at. Let me know what players plays there. Big up and says, I like the Zerbi. I can't wait. We should have got him to replace Ange. I think at that point he wasn't available because he missed a project with Marseille, which we know they've been building, a really strong project in that summer. They went out and signed a lot of players. So I don't think we would have got him then. But definitely after we sacked Frank, I have to agree. De Zerbi was my number one choice. But I think we beat Sunderland. Not saying we're batter them, but I take them 1-0. Don't want to judge Spurs on half a squad missing. It changes the whole program in so many ways. It's like the first... Ashley's actually coming in and talking bull, bruv. Now that Andrew's gone, we're getting a normal Ashley back. This is what I like, Ashley, man. This is why I see Ashley's someone who, unlike you, Sonny, he will come in and diss my opinion. But he's actually... He was saying some things, innit? But me and Ashley, we'd always had back and forth in this car. You're out here waffling. Out here talking about butt me on Church Road when I know you don't even live in Church Road. Now you're trying to tell me I live in your mum's yard, like... You're gone mad. You've actually gone mad. I ain't taking Sunderland so seriously. We should be getting a result. Now, we got to take them seriously, man. We'd be very, very silly not to take them seriously, Ashley, man. They're a team who's sat 11th in the table. They're currently, I think, like 4 points off 6th. 4 points off 6th? Yeah, they're 5 points off 6th. Like, they're nearly and in the same position as Chelsea and Brentford. We definitely need to be taking them seriously. Because when I'm looking at games against Brentford or Chelsea, I'm worried. Everton, I'm worried. Brighton, worried. So we got to be taking them seriously. Just like we got to take every single game seriously to the end of the season, 7 finals. Someone said it earlier. And we've got to step up like that. I think. How did I forget? Kolo Muani could play on the right. Now I'm just gonna be honest. Kolo Muani's been awful, man. Like, there's been times he's been all right, but he's been awful when it comes to Premier League football. So, he's probably the best player to start on the right because he's the only dribbler, like attacking player we can play there. But yeah, Colin Wani's gonna have to play that. You're right, Ems. It's gonna have to be him. Solanke getting sold in the summer. If we sell Solanke, we're gonna have to sign 2 strikers in it. That's my problem. So I'm not like saying I'm mad against it because Solanke hasn't done stuff for me to be like, yo, keep Solanke. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, he won't be my first player out the door, innit? You are better than Sava and deserve more. Big up to Sava, man. I appreciate the compliment, but all Spurs creators, I'm here to support them, innit, man? Like, ain't about being who's the best and who isn't. We're all out here doing our thing, and I'm not live at the same time as him always. I think he's probably live right now, and I'll probably be sending you guys over to Sava after. But like, there don't need to be competition amongst us unless I don't like the guy. If I don't like someone, then we can have some competition. But me and Sava are cool, man. Don't need to be no competition between us. We can both thrive. Hopefully, my channel gets to 20K one day. Still trying to get to that 5K over there. Need you guys slap the subscribe button if you haven't already. Like the video, hype the video, all of that good stuff. So that we can get up to them levels, man. Under De Zerbi, the setup will be different. Known as De Zerbi and not Frank. They won't be the same Sunderland. Yeah, they won't. They won't be the same Sunderland. But you know what it is? One thing about this Sunderland is they've got grit, they've got fight, they're determined to win, especially when they're at home. But we know what happened in the game against us. Like, they do have quality. Brian Brobby's probably going to start up top, and he's a problem, especially for our defenders, because he's strong, fast, small, quick. He's like a, what do I want to call him, bruv? My man's like a my man reminds me of, what's that wrestler, bruv? Bobby Lashley, bruv. He's like if Bobby Lashley and Jermaine Defoe combined. That, I swear down, that's who he reminds me of. If you got Bobby Lashley and Jermaine Defoe and smack them into a player, that's Brian Brobby, fam. Just rough and tough, but he's got a strike. I can't lie, he's got a good strike of the ball. But tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you know ball, if you know wrestling, I should say if you know ball, but if you know ball about wrestling, you'll know who my man is. Yeah, ECW WWE legend. Heard of me likes to try and cause trouble. Do you know what it is? We all know who the real one is and who isn't, man. You're a moderator in here, so you got VIP. Like they could tell who the VIP isn't and who is in it. So you're good, man. Fun fact: Richie has a strike where. Do you know what? As much as I hate Richie, one thing you can have over me is Richie. And do you know what? I've defended Richie against rival fans quite a bit. So as much as you have it over me in the Spurs base, because you're a big fan of Richie, I have still been backing him outside. I was the one saying who's gonna have more goals between him and Gyökeres. Still waiting for that one to come. We need Richie to just bag like a little 4-5 piece till the end of the season. And then he's done his thing. But predictions. Before we end up, let's get predictions from everyone. Where is everybody at? What are your score lines? Me personally, I'm gonna go with a draw. I'm gonna keep it safe. Don't think that Spurs are gonna get a win in this first game, but I think that we're gonna have a good performance. It's gonna be a gritty one, and I think I'm gonna go with 2-2. Think they might be 2-1 up, and I think we're going to do something just to get back into that game and show that fight, that be determined to show that we are better than we were under Igor Tudor, and more importantly under Thomas Frank. So I'm going to go with them. That's me. 2-2. Where are you guys at? Who's your midfield 3 for Sunderland? So I said Paulinho, Gray, Simmons. I think goals. Ashley did say Bissouma and Paulinho. Did you say? I say Bissouma, Paulinho. Yeah, Bissouma, Paulinho in the 2. I'm taking it with Simmons in front. So yeah, let me know where you're at. Don't get me wrong. I want to see a way to get Bergvall on that team, but Archie Gray's in form, so I have to go with the form player, man. Archie Gray's playing well. We should probably bring in Tin and Thompson, as he'll probably really try hard so he can impress and maybe secure a spot. Not a bad shout. Tin and Thompson could get some time in the squad, especially in these last 7 games while our squad is thin in those forward positions and those wing positions. But it could be a tough time for him as well, man. We saw last season when we brought Mikey Moore into this Premier League, one of our best youngsters, and he struggled. So It might be a little bit too much for him too soon. But we do need a right winger to play, man. So if someone can come in and play on that right wing, I know Tim Thompson's more left wing. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I think the service has been meaty. Hopefully, we'll create more big chances. Yeah, no doubt. The service has been meaty, but you have to be honest, Ashley. If there's any player that gets a lot of chances every game, that is Richarlison, bro. Richarlison gets a lot of chances, man. Like, I can't feel sorry for him because he has at least 2 or 3 every game, and he does score one when he has like 4 or 5. But when it's just 2 or 3, he misses them. And like those big chances are the difference makers between where we are and where we will be. Paulinho, Gray Simmons, yeah, we're in agreement there. Do you think Mikey Moore's better than Dalman? Nah. I think Dalman at the moment's proven to be better than Mikey Moore, just with his short stint in the Premier League. Obviously, I will say him playing in a better team has made it easier for him to settle in, but also his impact in such a short time, you can see he looks better than Mikey Moore, innit? Like, and I think we'll see when it comes to going to England camps, you know, I think Mikey Moore's got 2 years on him. He's 17 at the moment, or maybe Mikey Moore's turning 18. Pretty sure Mikey Moore's 18 in the summer, if I remember right. Oh, he's 18 already, so he's gonna be 19 in the summer. So he's got nearly 3 years on him. So, I mean, they shouldn't even be comparing to each other, really and truly. They're in different age categories. If you're going to compare 2 players, it's obviously Mikey Moore and Waneri. And Waneri I rate highly. I can't lie. Obviously, he's at Marseille at the moment, so I don't really know what's going on with him. But Waneri's a player, but bro, I take him at Spurs, man. I'm a big fan of Waneri, and that's an Arsenal player, bro. I'll be like, yo, you ain't getting no love over there. Bring him these sides. Man, I'll be real. I'm being real. They are chances. They are chances. They aren't clear-cut chances, but they're chances. And I think Mike Moore has more to his game. Mikey Moore looks more like a 10 to me, innit? Like, I think he's a real creative player. I've seen him play on the wing, but when you actually watch him, for Rangers, for example, whenever you see the highlights and stuff, all of his best work comes when he's down in that sort of middle third of the pitch. So I think he's more of a number 10. English talent get rated far too high, but none of them will be as good as Yamal. None of them will be good as Yamal. Man said the bar is way too low. Get used. She's trying to educate me, and this is the ironic. This is the irony of people. Yeah, it's trying to educate me and telling me that you can't be asked to educate when you've got your grammar's all the way off. Barely fucking read the sentence, but you're telling me you want to educate me. Yeah, let's just calmly move on, bruv. We do. Any predictions, guys? I did ask for predictions. Let's get the predictions in the chat. People. Personally, I don't think we'll sell both under 50 M's. I don't think anyone bids 50 M's for MLS or Ethan. Nah, they don't. I don't think any of them. 35 mil for Ethan, probably 35 to 40 mil you can get for him. And MLS, bro, he's at about 20, 25 mil. You know what's funny? Please, I beg people go back and scroll. I released videos early in this season where Fams on TV was talking about these players being worth upwards of 100 million together. You know, he said Miles Lewis Skelly is about a 75 million pound player. Waneri's an 8. Like, yo, I need to re-release those clips. I need to re-release those clips because madness. When we go in, when we're going into the summer this season, them clips are re-running back because certain man was saying they're 100 million pound players, isn't it? That's all I'm saying. Innit? Madness, bro. This is what I was hearing. Like, what? We wouldn't even accept a bid of 75 for Waneri right now. I'm Lewis Skelly. What? And then he was trying to say, yeah, worth more than Bergval, worth more than da-da-da. Bruv. A day off. Them chances ain't as easy as they look when you have 2 man in you. No striker has nobody has 100% strike rate. I'd expect you to, like, with the chances that he has, I'd expect him to put 1 in 3 away. That's my thing, innit? And this is a cop-out, Ashley. You're going all the way the other way because nobody said he needs to score every chance. I said he just needs to score a couple every now and then or more. Nen's 3-0 Sunderland. Ghost with a 2-2. Ashley 1-0 Spurs. And Jibs 3-1 Sunderland. Bro, man, I think Sunderland are clapping us, 2-2 from MSK, 1-1 Spurs. It looks like all the Spurs fans are pretty much where I'm at, apart from Ashley. We all think we're going to get a draw. I think we've all given up predicting wins at this point. You know what I mean? It's a bit mad. Like 103 days about a win. We ain't predicting them anymore. But I say I love these scores. It just exposes fans who don't know ball. The 3-1 is mad. I don't think they're beating us 3-1 or 3-0. Dennis Ochieng comes in with Tottenham 6-0. Madness. But Rooney was generational, innit? Like, we know that generational talent at his age when he came through 16, just bullying big men, bruv. Like, you don't get many players like that this day and age. Like Yamal, bro, 17 come through bullying big men. That's generational talents. But yeah, man, look, people, what I am going to do now is I'm going to end the stream there. It's been a very good one to check in with you guys. Good one to get a preview in. We'll definitely be having the match reaction out on Sunday post game. Away from that, I'm trying to think, am I on any other streams? I don't think I'm on another stream today, so I can't really tell you guys to check me out anywhere else. But what I can do is tell you guys to have a good day. God bless. It's Friday, it's a weekend. Make sure you're all tuned into that West Ham Wolves game because it's a big one. We need that support and that bad energy on West Ham. Let's get that Wolves support up there. Big up. I know we stole Danso from them last year, but we need you to steal some points from West Ham today, innit? We need it. But yeah, man, look. 1 minute ad. Fucking hell, it's nearly lunchtime. Yeah, it is nearly lunchtime for real. But yeah, man, look, people. Hope you all have a good day. Hope you stay blessed, stay woke, stay supporting this club through the thick and thin, man. We here.